Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface, back with the third day of our Owl of Thunder King dailies here on the PTR for patch 5.2. But before I head out, I want to introduce you to Hiran Lawsong, who is the quartermaster for the Silver Covenant. Now at the moment, we can't interact with him, and also he will not show us any of the wares that he has available. But it has been confirmed by Blizzard that when you get exalted with either this faction or the Horde equivalent, there will be some mounts available to purchase. I'm looking forward to when they get slotted into the game. Now we have a mixed bag of dailies to bring you. We've got 3 here in the Mogu encampment that we're in yesterday. If you didn't see yesterday's video, go off, watch it, get back to this one. We've also got 3 or so in the troll area, which we have yet to go to. So it's going to be interesting to see what that's like, and also how it interacts. And then we have a quickie back in the Surok area, which was the very first set of days that we did. And actually, it's the same quest that we did yesterday in there, and it's the same quest that we did the day before. It's killing that elite, although I managed to have a hunter join in the last 2 days. Today, all by myself. Captain Billy No Mates, but there we go. Now, I'm not going to show you me killing 10 Mogu again. We saw that yesterday. So let's just scooch the footage on a wee bit and get to one of the quests which we haven't actually done yet. Now, the third quest here, by the way, is to kill those Quillen guards, which are stone, and then they're meant to aggro you, and then you kill them. But I still can't get them to attack me. Why won't they attack me? I've changed my aftershave. I had a shave this morning, so I was, you know, nice and smooth and baby's bum, and nothing. They just won't attack me at all. So I think it's a bug. It must be a bug, unless I'm seriously missing something here. Those Quillen are just pacifists, nothing but pacifists. So the other quest that we're going to do, and you're going to see, is actually in a crypt here in the Mogu encampment. And all the crypts have something slightly different about the aesthetic of them. I think one of them that I showed you yesterday, we actually went through where that door is, and then we went round to the left, and then we burnt some mummies, and then we went to the main room where I burnt some more. This time around, that is actually fenced off. There's a hole in the wall here, which has some sort of little cave and passageway, which gets us through to next area, and then we actually go into a blocked off room. The room that we were in yesterday had a big pylon of some sort, and I actually disrupted a ritual, and the pylon kind of exploded. Not completely, kind of exploded, but it had nothing to do with any of the quests, so I edited it out, but there we go. This time round, I meant to summon some sort of reclamator or something like that, and oh, there we go. It's actually on this statue, gravestone, whatever you want to call it. We right click onto here, it brings up a little bit of what they are, you click onto the quest item, and then it summons it, and we've got this amazingly redone skinned wraith type banshee creature, which has got a definite, I think, troll vibe to it, with the big yellow hair, and it looks like a grass skirt. Or am I just kind of desperate to go on holiday to Hawaii or something? And when you start the combat with it, it blocks your exit, and then you see it there starting to dissipate, and all round the room we had that as well. I'm just wondering, if I had just taken a little bit longer to kill it, would that have then covered the whole of the room? Was that meant to be a little race against time, or was it just an area where I'm just not meant to stand in, and it would eventually do a little bit of DPS, a little bit of damage to you? Well, either way, next time I get to do that quest, I'll just tone down the DPS and see whether or not the room fills up. But that's the Mogu stuff over and done with. Let's head off and go to the troll area. This is somewhere that we haven't seen before, so this is quite exciting stuff. And it's also utilising the new model of troll. They've slightly redesigned the troll model for this area. Now, whether or not this proves to be what the new troll model will look like when they do the character changes, and please don't ask me when they were being released, your guess is just as good as mine. Blizzard aren't giving anything away regarding timescales of that, but it would be interesting to see whether or not this is the model. The look's pretty good, it's slightly more muscular, the animations on them are very good as well. Remember, they don't want to lose existing animations because they've been in with us for a long time, and people have grown used to them. But let's get to what quests we're going to do in this area. There are 3 that are available to us at the moment. we've got to go around and kill some of these chaps. We've got 3 beast callers, 3 spellbinders, and 3 warriors, I think. If there is a pterodactyl near to the beast caller, then it will shout it down and it will join in the fight. But don't waste your DPS on it, because when the beast caller dies, then the pterodactyl will just become neutral and fly off, as you saw there. If you focus your attention on the pterodactyl, you're just wasting a little bit of time. But it's entirely up to you. Hunters, don't worry. Now, I know you need to have a book to learn how to tame dinosaurs, but I am going to bring just a template hunter here and have a look whether or not I can tame any of the animals. And I have no idea what just happened in the background, but it looked really cool. We've also got to kill the warriors. They just seem to do a bit of a charge at you and hit you a little bit harder melee-wise than the other guys. And the spellbinders do have a couple of tricks up their sleeve. They produce a beam which keeps you rooted to the spot unless you break it, and they can also do an ability that knocks you back. But the reason why I'm just going to carry on, I mean, I'm not going to show you me killing all of them. You know, once I've killed one, I've pretty much killed the lot. But I did find something quite interesting in this spellbinder's tent. So I thought, hello, there's something shimmering in the distance behind him. And I thought, the other 2 quests are to scare some pterodactyls and also to destroy an altar. So unless that's something to destroy the altar, which I didn't think it was, what on earth could it be? So I just dispatched these couple of ads in front of it, and it did produce something very interesting. It was a Zandalari potion. And when I drank it, I got a buff on me for 1 minute that increases your damage by 25%. And these aren't hard to find potions either. They are scattered all throughout this troll zone. And you know, literally, there could be one in one tent, there could be one in the tent next door, and even one in the tent after that. You might go through or past a few tents where there are none at all. But they are readily available if you have a little look around. And there was definite significant increase in my DPS when I decided to destroy that beast caller, even if I had trouble trying to loot it because it was stood on a rock and I can't fly. Remember, if you see there, my flying mount is greyed out. It's not just because I'm in combat. When I'm not in combat, it's also greyed out because you can't fly on the Isle of the Thunder King. And I'm sorry for weighing into this little bit of a debate, but I'm much happier that I can't. I understand the convenience of flying mounts. I think they're brilliant, and some of them look absolutely fantastic. But in an ideal world, in an ideal WoW world, therefore in an ideal Azeroth, I suppose, I would prefer them not to be in the game. I do think that flying mounts take a whole lot out of the community aspect of WoW as regards as well to things like PvP combat and, you know, other such gubbins. But the next quest I loved. I just absolutely adored this quest. You got to frighten pterodactyl hatchlings. And the way that you frighten them is just by sort of jumping around near them. And then they get spooked and run off. And it was just brilliant. I've not ever seen a quest like this before. Yeah, it might lose its thrill after doing it 3 or 4 times. But I got to say, I was just laughing myself stupid when I was doing this. And then I suddenly realised I wasn't on the most practical mount with which to do the quest, because I am having to go into the water. So once I pulled this dude here, I'm going to switch my mount to the Azure Water Strider, and that way you can actually walk across the water and jump at the same time to spook the pterodactyl hatchlings. It was a win-win situation. But I'm looking around, by the way, for the altars, because I couldn't find them anywhere when I did this first time round. I actually go back later on, after I filmed this footage, and fortunately I managed to find them. It wasn't exactly if they were that difficult to find. I don't understand why I just never seemed to go past one first time round, but that's just me, maybe being a little bit too more haste, less speed type of thing, you know what I mean? I was just sort of so excited to actually be doing something a wee bit different that I wasn't paying too much attention to what was around me. But live and learn, live and learn. So here we go. I'm switching now to my water-based mount. Gonna kill those couple of Zandalari. Then I can mount up here and then scare the rest of the pterodactyl hatchlings that are scattered around the place. Now, I've had a couple of questions about my mounts. This mount, the Azure Water Strider that walks on water, you can get if you get exalted with the Anglers faction. That's one of the things you can buy from the Quartermaster. Oh, can we get on? Peekaboo! Peekaboo! Goddamn stupid hatchlings. Scare! Scare! No, okay, I'm going to have to run forward and try and get it that way. The Amber Scorpion, you can buy from the Claxy Quartermaster once you get exalted with the Claxy, and it's a whopping, I think, 9,000 gold. It's quite an expensive mount to get, so make sure you got the funds available if you want to purchase it. Now, Warlocks, of course, you could have got on your Dreadsteed if you've got the glyph of Nightmare attached as well. That will also allow you to walk on water, he says, killing time as he can't get to this bloody hatchling. Spook, you stupid thing. Still loving the quest. Still loving the quest to pieces, though. It was just absolutely amazing. Just one more to go. I think I'm going to sack those ones off. I can't get to them. I'll see if some of these ones around here have respawned, and then I can jump across their faces. Oh, God, I can't jump that one here. There's one on the ground. Easy peasy, this one. There we go. Spook! Boo! Thank you. Run away. Excellent. Blizzard, I'll tell you what, top marks. It was just something complete and utterly different. So I've got to give them props for that. Now, this is the first of the altars to destroy. There's normally somebody with them, but it already been killed by another one of my fellow questers nearby. And I also found a quest on the floor here, which I've cut from the video. Not to be nasty. I'm not like that. You know, I'm very kind. But the reason why is there are various body parts of somebody scattered around the place. And the first thing you pick up is his head. And then he starts to abuse you. You know how the anatomical dummy starts to abuse you when you get it out from archaeology? Well, it does the same. That was the quest I just walked past there. I could find all the pieces of the body, but there was one that was bugged. There was one that was bugged which wouldn't appear, which was pretty much in the centre of the isle. But they were hidden in interesting places, and when they have fixed the quest, I will bring it to you. Because it sort of added a little bit of a platform element to the game, which was fantastic if you ask me. They were scattered around little areas, and you had to kind of find a way to get to that area. It might be too high to jump up on, therefore you had to try and find a route round the mountains to jump across the mountains, then jump down. It was well played. It was well played. I would have liked to have seen more kind of stuff like that as well. You know, obviously when it becomes too much, it could get a little bit boring. But it was just very interesting what they did. So when that quest is fixed, I will bring it to you in its entirety. So we've got 2 of the shrines destroyed. This is the final one. Like I said, you tend to have somebody here, one of the spirit binders, guarding it. Once they're taken care of, you just go up to the altar itself, right-click onto it. You'll get the cog mark. You can see it above the altar there, and it will blow it up. So pretty good stuff, I have to say, from the trolls. Again, I had a much better experience doing the dailies today than I did yesterday. And remember, I've actually been in more places today than I was yesterday. And one of the complaints I had was I felt that it was a bit disjointed. It didn't flow particularly well. But I went to 3 different places and I thought the flow was pretty good. I don't quite understand why I've had this guy 3 days in a row. I don't know if that's just rotten luck. Or whether or not there's a bug on where it'll probably be there tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that or whatnot. But yeah, so maybe it was just the Mogu quests yesterday that sort of got me down a little bit. Maybe they were too standard. And because we had a couple of different things today, what with the scaring of the pterodactyls and whatnot, it just, you know, re-added that little bit of vibe. So I'm going to show you again what was in my pouch, and it was exactly the same as what was in yesterday, and it's exactly the same as what was in the day before, which I didn't show you, which is just a little bit of gold, and then a Pandarian banquet. Nothing great. I hope there's some funky stuff to be found in those little things which Jaina gives to you. And then handing in the quest again, 275 rep per quest. Blizzard, that's what we like to see. Not 100, not 150. Please don't have had it just change for the purposes of the PTR. Keep it like that and dump the commission. But I hope you enjoyed the vid. Please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook. Both of those desperately need your support. And I shall be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.